Hello and welcome to this video. Today we're going to be talking about my new tent. So this is a NatureHike Tagar 2. So this is a lightweight single skin 2-man tent that's really easy to put up, and I got this to replace my nightcat tent, mainly because this weighs about half a kilogram lighter than my previous tent, and half a kilogram is quite a lot. So let's have a look at what you get with the NatureHike tent. First of all, it all comes in this storage bag. But what I generally like to do is I take the poles out, take the pegs out, take everything out. You can really compress this down. You can get this a lot smaller than what it comes like. So here we have the poles. It comes in its own little bag. In here you've got 2 poles, one really long pole and one quite short pole. Here's the short pole. The poles are made out of an aluminium alloy, which make them lightweight and very durable and strong. The next little bag you get contains pegs. The good thing about this tent is the pegs that come with it are decent straight out of the bag. You don't get them sort of cheap, heavy pegs. In there you get some aluminium pegs, which are also branded with NatureHike as well. And these, lightweight, very easy to get into the ground, very easy to get back out again. And in here you get 11 pegs. You also get 4 guide ropes as well, and that's if you want to attach them onto the tent and make it a little bit more secure. Moving on to the next thing that I really like about the NatureHike tents. This is the bag for it, but I don't keep it in the bag. I normally just shove it in here with the rest of the tent. But you get, with the tent, a ground sheet. And that's included with the tent, and that's great. Adding this in does add a little bit extra weight, but it's something that I do like to carry just to protect the tent, and also you can use it as like a little bit of a tarp. So putting up the tent is really easy, and what we're going to do that now, put it up step by step and just give you a little tour of the tent. Okay, so let's start off. First we'll put the ground sheet down. So first I'll start off with 4 pegs. Then all I'm going to do is I'm going to peg out the ground sheet in all 4 corners. So there we go, that is the ground sheet down. The good thing is about this ground sheet, because it's fitted to the tent, now them 4 pegs are out, they're the 4 pegs you also use to put the tent up as well. So there's no need for putting more pegs down. So this tent is available in this blue colour, a light green, like a darker sort of army green. It ranges from £100 for the light green one. I think this one's £110 and the darker green one's £120. But just a note, I got this tent on Prime Day and I do sometimes put them on sale, and I got this for £80. So it is worth looking out for a sale. This pole is really long, so you do need a little bit of space to do this. Okay, then now that it's fed through them 2 parts, the end of the tents have a little aluminium clip. This side goes in, and as you pull the tent through, it'll start to form its shape. Now at first, this can be a little bit difficult because the tent needs to stretch out a little bit, but now that it's stretched out, it's not too bad to put this up. Now on the top of here is this little clip that just clips on there. Now this is part of the balance pole. So this had an interesting sort of design. This is the smaller pole, and this goes into this little aluminium eyelet here and rests on top of that clip. There you go, another little eyelet here, and that just clicks in like that, and that gives the tent its shape. Now that the tent's like this, the 4 pegs you've put down for your ground sheet, the 4 corners of this tent just hook onto there. It's nice and easy. And the good thing about this tent, even though it's so lightweight, it doesn't impact on size. If you're just one person on your own, this tent gives you a massive amount of space. It has a storage vegetable area in the back and the front, and then inside is a massive amount of space for you and all your equipment. If you're with 2 people, then there is still enough space for 2 people, it'll just be a little bit more cramped. This is generally the tent that I will use just on my own, and I like my space because I like to starfish a little bit at night. That's it, that is the tent pretty much up. So with the spare pegs that we've got, you've got more places to put pegs. So if you wanted to, you could peg down these middle bits, just peg for the door. And that is it. That is the tent pretty much pegged down. You're still in here, have 4 guide ropes and 4 pegs. So that gives you the option to use the guide ropes. So what we'll do is now we'll have a deeper look and have a look at the features of the tent and give you an idea of what it's like. So have a little walk around the tent. These are the areas in which you attach the guy ropes onto. But even the tent as it is, with no guy ropes attached, is actually quite resistant, and as we really could stand up to quite a bit, even without the guy ropes on. There's also, you could put some guy ropes on the front and back of here as well, which I think would be a good option. One thing that I did note about this one though, is that for some reason they missed the guy rope hooks on this side, which is a little bit annoying. I contacted them about it, but I'll be honest with you, they didn't really seem interested. I guess this is sort of my summer tent, so I'm not going to really be using it in really high winds where I need them guy ropes, hopefully. To the rear here, you've got a little thing here that you can open your vent up with. So you can open a little vent up at the back to let a little bit of ventilation through. So let's have a look inside. Okay, open up the inside. Clicking that, you can roll this up. Get this out of the way. Internal fly screen, which is really good to keep all the bugs out, and a little vestibule area there. I normally keep all my cooking stuff there, out of the way. But inside, let's get in. Once you're inside the tent, you've got a little storage bit here, a vent there. The back part here, where I said about the rear vestibule area, it's got a zip out here. You can use this area out here to also store your gear as well, which is really useful, especially if you've got two people in here and you need the space inside here to sleep two people. You've got that area for storage as well. You've got a hook up top for a light. There's enough space here for another person, or if you're just on your own, you've got loads of space then to put whatever you're on, or just to starfish out a little bit at night, which is nice. For lengthwise, if I put my feet all the way to the bottom, I've got about this much headroom, and I am 173 centimetres, so whatever that is. But you have got quite a bit of headroom. I think it's like 5'8" or something like that. But if you're taller, you have still got quite a bit of space to go. The materials are 20D nylon, which the material's got a 4,000mm hydrostatic head. So for this, for a summer tent, is perfect. The only problem is with single layer tents, you are going to get condensation in here. You just need to get as much ventilation in here as you possibly can when you're in here. So the inside of the tent is going to be a little bit wet in the morning. That's one of the downsides of a single layer tent, and it is to be expected. If it's warm, generally what I'll do is I keep this up, just have the fly screen down, then you can see outside, and then you get good ventilation coming in through there and coming out the back here, and that helps prevent the condensation issue. So that is it, the Tagar 2. Very good, lightweight tent. I've used it in a few places and I've never had any issues with it. The only problem I had was, as I showed you, the missing guy rope attachments. So what I'll do is now, I'll take it down and pack it all back away. That is the tent when it's packed down just on its own in the bag, without the poles or the pegs or anything like that. So what I like to do now is, now it's packed down to this, I just shove the ground sheet in as well, rather than having its own separate thing. So I'm going to get them out together anyway, so I just shove the ground sheet in. So that is the tent and the ground sheet all in one. I'm putting the ground sheet in last. Next time I get it out, the ground sheet's out first, that goes down first, it just makes sense. So I pack the poles and the pegs separate then in the bag, and the poles aren't very long, so there's no real issues getting them just stuffed down in the bag itself. And then the ground sheet, little thing you get with it, I don't generally take. So that's it, that is the Tagar 2 up and down, really easy, and it is the tent that I'm going to be using for the foreseeable future. If you're looking at one of these, they do put them on discount every now and again, so just watch out for that, that's what we did. But if you found this video helpful, please do like, subscribe, it really does help. I'm trying to get a few more subscribers because I think I'm just near 50 now. It's just quite a lot for me, to be fair, quite happy with that. So hopefully I will see you in another video. See you later.